Cool. So just a little March catch up, really. We're just going to do, I'm just going to like run you guys through what we've got going on, like the sales, all that sort of thing. And then I'm just going to talk about like a couple of little things like, you know, are we 1 week in? Is it the 7th? I don't even know. Yeah, it's the 7th. So it's 1 week into March already. So the MMP challenge is still going. So for anyone who's new who doesn't know what that is, everyone who is trying to qualify for Mexico, oh, it's Pete, cool. Everyone who is trying to qualify for Mexico, if you hit MMP for the first time, you are going to get double points for Tulum. So what that means is, it means that you're going to have your GB, which is your group volume, that gets doubled towards your Tulum like ranking sort of thing. It's super, super achievable. If you look at on our boards, we have what the tier 1 qualifications are. You have literally now until the end of July, which is like March, April, May, June, July, 5 entire months to be able to make that, which is, I think it's like 8 market partners and 16 VIPs or something like that. It's super, super achievable. And then you've got to, like, because you're going to have market partners, those people are going to be stacked under you and they're going to be like doing things and that sort of thing. Hi, Lil.
Hi.
Yeah, so that's what's going on. Then we've obviously got the sale that ends tonight. I haven't heard that it was extended, so it's probably not. Most of our sales only go for 4 days. So I doubt that will be extended, but I can almost guarantee that in the next few days or something, there will be another sale. There will be some kind of something. But really, like talking about this month, I don't know if that training was on, it might have been on now or an hour ago with some of the leaders talking about how to incentivize the Rejuva for this month. Yeah, it was an hour ago. Yeah. So I'm going to watch that anyway, and then I'll pop some stuff in the chat. But pretty much that's like our main thing, because it's like an $81 like product. It's a split end mender. Like everybody uses it. Everybody loves it. So that's kind of like what we hone in on. I literally went through every single, and 3 of you guys are semi-new. So I went through every single one of my hair quizzes, which was like 100. And I messaged every single person saying, hey, just so you know, if you were, because these are girls that haven't checked out or haven't, you know, done anything. I've said to them, hey, just so you know, for the month of March, we're doing this appreciation month, and you get a free split end mender. If you want me to, I can send you a new cart. And then I have gone and like messaged all those people. Oops, Sam's waiting. I've messaged all those people to let them know that they can get that. So that's kind of like an incentive for them to buy as well. Then also any flexi ships for the girls who have flexi ships. There is a little there's a little thing on your back office where you will be able to see your flexi ships and which ones are due this month. So when you go into, oh, it's going to make me log in. It will always tell you when your new flexi ships are coming up. It'll tell you like if it's in that week, and then it'll tell you what month in that month as well. So this will be good practice anyway for the new girls, because you'll be able to. Do you guys feel confident with the back office run through? Like, I know that there's like a little video on our boards, but do you guys feel sort of confident with the back office stuff? You can just give me a nod or just, yeah. Okay, so it'll have here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, it's got your daily momentum, and it'll have your here on the bottom here. It'll say currently scheduled flexi ship volume. That is all of the people that you're going to have having a flexi ship coming up that month. I have a list of people. So then I am going to go through all those people. Well, I have gone through all those people, message them and just say, Kate, just so you know, your FlexiShip is coming up this month, just so you know. We're giving back to our customers, and we're giving, you get a free Rejuva beads, because then that helps people as well to go, oh, okay, I'm not going to push back my FlexiShip. I'm just going to add some stuff in and get it, because I really want the Rejuva beads. That's another thing. And then we do have the, I forget what it's called. It's like an MM challenge. So if you sign up 10 people, 10 market partners between now and January next year, which is so far away, and one of those market partners become an MMP, you go in the draw to win like all this training, and you get like a $1,500 gift voucher and like all this sort of stuff. So girls who like a challenge, that's for them. Also, if you do that by the 1st of April, which is only in 3 weeks, you get a extra day in Tulum. They pay for an extra day and like your flights and all that sort of stuff as well. So that's personally something that I am going for, and it's open to literally everyone. So they're all the things that are kind of happening in March, unless I've forgotten something because my brain's not working. But I wanted to quickly shout out, we're only a week in and we have done $5.5 grand in like shampoo sales, which is insane. For the record, that means that this team, out of everyone under like Alira and Caitlin and everyone, we are doing the best. Not to like brag, but we are. And so it just goes to show that everything that we're doing, everything that we're putting out, like your consistency, like the education that you're putting out, everything like that, it's doing something. It's like it is getting us further along. And this team eventually is going to grow, and we are going to be like, you know, a really impactful team. And I'm super excited for like where our team is going to go. And then you guys are all going to have eventually your own teams and stuff like that. But we are in a really strong like lineage of girls who have done it before. 3 of the women that we have above us are in the top income earners in Australia. So it's like, we know that people here and in our team are also going to follow that, whether that's in a year or that's in 2 years or whatever. If you stick with this, you will be one of those women at the end of the day. Like I just put that out there. But I wanted to shout out all the PV, like personal volume leaders for 1 week. For week 1 is Lily, Thieves, so Cara and Shannon. So that's amazing. And then our group volume is Lily again. So proud of you because you've only just started like a couple of days ago. Mon, Cara, Phoebes, Levi, and Soph. So I'm super, super proud of you guys. And so I wanted to just talk a little bit about, I wanted to open it up first, see what you guys, how you guys are feeling. You guys told me that anything that you need this month, like, is there anything that you're really struggling with? And like, I want to put this out there as well, that this, like all of our team meetings, our team chats and all that sort of stuff, I am going to clean up our team chat just a little bit because there are a lot of just floaters in there, and I want it to be super helpful and educational, but I also want it to be like a really safe space for people. Like, I want to build a community that we can share our bad days, we can share our good days, we can share what we're struggling with, that sort of thing, because I want this to feel like a really safe space for people. That's something that I want to create. So when we are sharing, feel comfortable to share like whatever, you know, obviously there's a fine line, but I would love for you guys to actually, you know, let me know what you guys are struggling with. Let me know what you need help with. And, you know, if it's just like, I don't know what to post, or like what I'm doing just doesn't feel like it's really sinking into people, whatever it is, please like let me know, because when you as well speak out and say like, hey, I'm not doing well with this, or I'm struggling with this, or sharing your wins and be like, I'm super proud of myself for doing this, there's going to be other girls as well that are going to feel like that and be like, oh, I went through that last week, like, and give you you know, a bit of encouragement or inspiration or cheer you on or be like, you know, you're doing so well. Like I want our team to create that and just always be like there for each other, you know? So if anyone, I'll talk a little bit more about other stuff later, but how's everyone feeling? Feel free to unmute yourself if you are struggling with something, if you've had like a good week, a bad week, if you're feeling really good about where the business is going. Anyone? One person has to speak at least.
I'll start if you want me to.
Okay,
Yeah,
go, Lil.
No, I just wanted to say a big thank you because I think we had our chat on, was it Friday last week?
Yeah.
And our goal was so that I would just post one story, and it didn't even have to be hair related because I'm so MIA on socials. I just use it to watch reels and send people. And since that chat, I was like, okay, fuck it. What have I got to lose other than more of my own hair? So I will post. And it's, you know what do you know? You post and it actually works sometimes. So
yeah,
thanks.
I know. Yeah, you've just got to get out. And I had to be a little bit not hard with you, but I was like, just get over it. Like,
it was a bit of tough love.
You're a bit of tough love, yeah. And
that's needed.
That's it. Like, you know, you've just got to get out of your own way sometimes, and we can give ourselves a million reasons why we don't want to do this business or why we can't show up that day or whatever. But at the end of the day, you showing up as yourself, just how you are, whether it's like you're having a bad hair day or you're not, that is going to build people's trust like around you and be like, I feel like I know that person and I want to, I want to like be a part of like what they're doing sort of thing. So I'm very proud of you. And literally you're on the top of the PB and the GB boards. And literally last Friday, you were like, I can't do this business. I'm not sure. So it just goes to show. Anyone else have anything they want to say or struggling with? Cara, were you going to say something?
Yeah, sorry, I've got Brooklyn just trying to take her shirt off, so bear with me.
On live.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm trying to feed her and she's just taking her shirt off. So basically I'm still just in, I don't even know, just in La La Land, I guess, trying to close that first block and just feel my way through Instagram, I guess. I don't know if I'm authentic enough. I don't really know. I don't even know. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've started for the new girls. I started a new Instagram, so I don't have my original one.
Yeah.
So I just did that because I didn't want to. I just wanted to separate things. So I'm just trying to navigate my way somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, you're working through like that sort of thing and building your reach and your Instagram. That can be the hardest thing is when you start a new Instagram. The thing is that it's not sharing the products and all that sort of thing. It's actually reaching the people. It's actually, you know, getting your people seeing what you're doing. And so that has to be like everything in this business, you'll figure out what has to be like your kind of main thing of what you need to focus on. And Cara, we can like talk a little bit more about that. Like maybe we do a one-on-one as well about like your pillars and how we can, you know, you can talk more about that sort of thing and we can figure that out. And that's also a part of this business. Sometimes it's like, I don't know what because you do show up super authentically, which is like something that is so great that you do. It's just that you need to reach more people. And that's something that I am going through as well. Like it's easy for people to be like, oh, you have like 11,000 followers and, you know, you get people all the time. I literally don't. I'm speaking to the same people all the time. Every single day, it's just the same people watching my story. So that's something that I have to work on too. And I'm trying to figure out as well. And that's almost like the hardest part of this because you're trying to figure yourself out and you're trying to figure out like, actually, okay, what do I like? Literally, I was talking to Lily the other day and she's like, I'm boring. I'm a mum, blah, blah, blah. I read books. And I'm like, to put up your books, like ask people what they're reading. Like there's so many like little minuscule things that you think people would have no interest in that people actually really do, and they love seeing. Like, I was talking to a girl today and she was like, people care what earrings you wear. People care what you're having for breakfast. And she works in social media, and she's like, I know this for a fact. People love seeing the mundane shit. Just keep showing that sort of thing, because it builds rapport. And even if you are speaking to the same people that aren't buying, those people are eventually going to get to feel like they know you more. And then that is going to like build as well. That's going to actually get those people to buy as well. But we'll do a one-on-one call and we'll try and figure out, you know, some pillars and stuff that we can work out for you for sure. Anyone else? Sam? No?
No, I've been struggling a little bit with I guess it's sort of like seeing on your stories, like when you look and see how many people are watching your stories and who they are and who you can contact, it's like the same people, and then you contact them and they're like, no, not interested, no, not interested. Like every single time it's just like, yes, you are, you're watching my stories.
You're watching my stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, don't get discouraged by that, because it happens to all of us. It happens to me, it happens to everyone. Like, I don't get people going like, oh yeah, I'm watching your story, so I'm so interested. I get most of the time, no, thank you. And so but you know for a fact that they are watching. And like Ivy and Krista and all the girls up the top, they say this. They're like, you know that they're watching. It's not a no, it's just a no, not right now. Because the more that you do and the more that you keep showing up, and Leslie, you're actually really good at this. You are like, I know you've had a few moments where like you have dropped off and you're like, oh, just, you know, I had some stuff, but you're actually really good at showing up every day and, you know, being authentic and showing yourself, and you've really stepped out of your comfort zone. So keep doing that, because those no's are going to turn into yeses, I promise you. And like, always, like your plant stuff and everything that you upload, like that's great. Like just keep doing that stuff about you and about like your job. Do you work at Bunnings?
Yeah, I work at Bunnings.
People want to see that shit. People like, cool, a day in the life of someone who works at Bunnings. Like literally do that sort of stuff. People would froth it. It's just keep showing up, because you know the people that are watching you, they're not a no. And honestly, those people, if they were not interested, they'd just unfollow you. They'd mute you. Like, you know that you're talking to the right people because they keep watching it. So I'm always like, I know you can have those really quiet periods. We all have them. We all have those times where, you know, we're not getting anyone. We feel like we're speaking to no one, that sort of thing. But it will come around, I promise you. And then all of a sudden you're going to get those people who have been no's for ages. I've literally been talking to a woman since like the week that I started this business, and last week she checked out her cart, and I've messaged her every week, like literally every week or two, and she finally just checked out her cart. She was like, oh, I've just been so busy and blah, blah, blah. So trust the process. That's all I can say. Trust the process. Don't get in your head about it as hard as it is. It is just, it's a part of it, and you're doing great. You're showing up every day. That's all you need to do. The biggest part in this business, the biggest thing is consistency. It doesn't matter whether you have the best hair, whether you know all the shit about the products, whether you know, have made $50 to $500 to $5,000. If you just show up every day for yourself, if you show up every day and post something on social media, like talk to one person, whatever it is, you are going to move the needle forward. That is the biggest thing in this business. I wouldn't have gotten anywhere in my business if it wasn't for me showing up every day. And everyone that I talk to and everyone that I have had a call with this week, everyone has been like, oh, well, you were just there. Like you were constantly like on my stories. You were constantly like showing up. It made me feel like, you know, like I could sort of trust you and you sort of knew what you were talking about, that sort of thing, because I was just constantly in their face. So that's the biggest thing in this business. If you want to go far, you just have to be consistent, because at the end of the day, like, people aren't going to, and I've said this to a few girls before, if you see someone doing the business, because there's a lot of girls doing the business now, you're going to see people doing it. And then one person that you could be talking to, if you don't, you know, post, or you're not showing up or whatever, they might be really interested in what you're doing. You drop off the face of the earth for a couple of days. Obviously, you know, you can have your your periods of time where you can do that. But if you're wanting to do this business, just post someone else's thing, you know, there is a million other things out there that you could post. Then that person might not see you for a week and then go, oh, well, I can just buy it from Sally over here, you know. So make sure that you're building that rapport with people at the end of the day. Thought just dropped out of my head completely. Anyway, is there anyone else that wants to jump on and say anything that they're struggling with or they're confused about or anything like that? No, Levi? No.
I would say something.
Yeah, go Sam.
Yeah, that's what I'm struggling with. I feel like I've sent out heaps of carts, but no, like checking them, you know, check in with them a few days later, and all of them are just, I think it's a price thing. I think they're like shocked by the price.
Yeah.
And I don't know like how to navigate that.
So when you're sending the carts, are you first talking to them about the products first and saying, oh, this is what I would do, blah, 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 and then you send the cart? Or are you just sending the cart straight away and then kind of explaining?
So I do it all in one. Like, I'll send the cart and then I'll send a voice message saying, this is your cart and what's in there and what it's going to do for their hair and blah, 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 and then kind of explain the flexi ship thing. And I really emphasize like it's not like a subscription, because I feel like a lot of people always question that, like they get a bit scared by it. But so explaining it all. So
I would try something a little different. What I personally do is I suss out their quiz and then I'll send them a voice message and say, hey babe, I've had a look at what you've got there. What I'm thinking is I want to put you on the intense repair conditioner shampoo because you're wanting growth, blah, blah. You're speaking to their pain points and, you know, their scalp and their issues and stuff like that. You're building value before you send them the cart, because the first thing that they're going to do when they get that message is click on the cart, scroll down and look at the price. They don't have in their mind at all anything that is going to benefit them first. When you're sending them the messages and going, hey, you know, blah, 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 this is what I would recommend. Would you like me to send you the cart so you can have a look? Then when they write back to you and they're like, oh, that sounds amazing. Yes, please. Can you send it to me? It's already in their mind that they're like, well, I need these products. Like she's just told me why I need them. I need them for my scalp. I need them for my end. She's literally just talked to me about all the things that I'm having a problem with, and these products are the solution. So it almost takes away that like initial about the price. So maybe try that. Maybe try that for a little bit and see if that changes.
Yeah. That sounds better. I'll do that from now on. Yeah,
and see if that like changes anything. And then with the flexi ship, I know because we have a few girls on here as well, the flexi ship should not be something like, personally, I have never had an issue with someone saying, I have had maybe 2 or 3 people in everyone that I've talked to that has had an issue about the flexi ship, because when I talk to them about it and I say at the end, you'll see, and Levi and Cara and stuff have probably heard me say this a million times, but when I explain the flexi ship, I'm excited, because I'm like, oh, at the end, what you'll see, but I'm also really chill about it too, because it's like, at the end, you're going to see a Flexi Ship, it's a ghost order. It literally just, and I'm talking to them like I would talk to my best friend. Like, babe, don't worry about it. It's literally, it's a ghost order, sits there for 8 weeks. It's not an auto ship or a subscription or anything like that. Don't worry. It's just, I popped some future products in there that I think that you would benefit from. And then when it comes around to the 8 weeks, you get an email notification a week before. I do too. And it just gives you a really good chance to reach out to you, see how your products are going, whether you like them or not. And if you don't want to get that oil in the 8 weeks, that's totally fine. We just push it back another couple of weeks, another couple of months, and we can do that over and over again until you're ready. But it just has to be there just so you continue to get your free products and your free shipping. See how I kind of just make it like, you're fine, I got you. You know, the products are there for you when you're ready. It's not like, you should always address it. If you're not addressing it, that's why people aren't checking out, because they're going, well, hold on, what's this order right at the end? So that's how I personally would like talk about it. And I haven't had any issues as well. When you're starting off as well, it's really daunting. It's really daunting to be like, okay, I got to mention that it's like 8 weeks and that it's this and that and that and that. Just literally, just like flow talk about it. You are literally talk. I have had my kids screaming at me in the background. It does not have to be perfect. The more that you can feel relatable to that person, the easier and more at ease they're going to feel about it. So, yeah. Okay, anything else?
And sorry, with that flexi ship, does everyone always do the oil?
Yeah.
Or do people do like, maybe if they need like a mask or like the intense repair spray, or does everyone always do the
sometimes, but because it has to be over 130, I always just do the oil. Unless just because that's what I recommend for literally everyone to be using. And I always am talking about the oil and building hype around the oil. You can do, say, if you've had a really in-depth conversation and you're like, okay, yeah, I want to put you on a mask and the intense repair spray, you know that that's going to be over 130, so you can put that in there for them, definitely. But I just always do the oil because I find that's the easiest. And then as well, like, the oil is something that everyone needs, whereas like if they join up as a VIP, they can then go in, buy a scalp scrub, buy the mask, like that sort of thing after talking to you. And a lot of the time what people do as well, when I say to them and send them their Flexi Ship message, I say to them, you know, if you need any other products, let me know. And a lot of the time people end up being like, oh, I'm going to put a scalp scrub in there as well. Or I'm going to, like, you know, add something in there because we've talked about it, or they're telling me how they are feeling with their current products. So, yeah. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
That's all right. Okay. We've got just a little bit. I want to talk about, I watched a really good training from Jess. It's called Magnetic. It is in her boards. I'm going to put it in our boards eventually as well. But she talked about how being, like, you know, magnetic again around people, because really what we're doing, we are doing attraction marketing. Like, we want to attract people to us. We want to get them to, you know, come to us and ask us, you know, about our hair, about all these products, all that sort of thing. So I just wrote down a couple of points. They're all over the shop, so just like bear with me. But a lot of people she was talking about how we get burnt out in this business, and it is very, very, very common to get burnt out in network marketing. I think it has like the highest burnout rate of most companies, but a lot of the time that happens because, and it's super easy to do, and I have to catch myself not doing this as well, you can't place like your worth in a business. You can't but just like you can't base your worth in like a relationship or anything like that. It's really easy for this business to reflect on us, and because it already makes us feel quite like, that's right, babe, see, because it can already make us feel quite vulnerable because we're sharing so much about ourselves, it can make us feel like our worth is determined on this business. And that is something that you need to be conscious of, because the reason why people get burnt out and they quit network marketing is because they put their worth in this business. They put, oh, well, I'm not doing as well as this person, or I'm not doing as well as this person, or I'm not creating reels like this person, like whatever it is, or I'm not on leaderboards or that sort of thing. I don't think any of you guys do this, but it's something that I wanted to bring up because it is really prevalent in like this sphere as well. It's really, really exciting and amazing when you're doing well and when you're signing up VIPs and you've got market partners and all that sort of thing, and it feels really good. But when you don't have those days, it can make you feel like, well, like, what's wrong with me? Am I not doing this enough? Am I not posting enough? Am I not, being someone? I get this all the time. I'm like, am I not being like a leader that somebody wants to follow? And I then take it back on myself and go, oh, well, it must be something wrong with me. It's because of my worth. And that's something that you want to be really conscious of not making this business your worth, because that's how people get hurt in this business. You have to detach it from who you are as a person, because what you're doing is you're selling a business. Like this, your page, everything that you post is a business. Even though it's you and you're posting stuff about you, it's still your business. It's entirely separate to what you do. Monat is like a cameo in your life. It's not who you are. And so that's something that a lot of people get kind of like caught up in. Another thing is when we're talking, because obviously we're all trying to attract market partners. That's how we are going to get further along in this business. We are going to get to our MMP and AMB and MB. We're going to get ranks and we're going to get paid more money in those ranks if we are recruiting market partners. Now, I know that since the comp plan changed, a lot of you are new, but the comp plan changed after January, and it made it so that we have to have market partners to be able to rank up. Now, while this is hard, it's actually a really good thing, because it means that we get bigger bonus checks. We are building strong foundations in our business as well. We are getting further along in our business because of that. Yes, it's harder to find people like us, though. It is harder to find people who are driven and want to work and have vision and have goals. It is harder to find those people, but what you're putting out and what you're saying to like people is what is going to make what people want to follow about you. That whole sentence didn't make sense, but you guys know what I mean. My words aren't coming out today. So when people are buying a pack, right? So you're saying, like, if you're going on your social media and you're like, okay, we've got like this $240 pack and it comes with, volumizing system and this and this and that, you put up like a pretty picture. No one is going to go, wow, who knows nothing really about the business, and go, wow, what great value. I really want to be a part of this business. People don't join a business because of the value. They are going to join the business because of you. They're going to join the business because of what you have told them that they can create from this business. So they're either going to join because you are very magnetic to them and they're like, oh, well, I want to be a part of what she's doing, or they're going to join because you're showing them what they can achieve with this business. So it's like you're selling them on the outcome, not on the pack, not on the products, not on, $600 value for, $375. You are selling them on what the outcome is of that business. So that's why I always talk about sharing the opportunity, sharing what this is doing for other women, sharing what, this has done for Ivy and her family. Even though you may think, oh, well, she's $1 million earner, I'm not going to share that, because like, as if people can see themselves doing it. I was one of them. I literally was like, all of a sudden something got ignited in me and I was like, I'm going to be $1 million earner. I never had aspirations before in my life until I could see this business and I could see what it could do for people. So that's all you need to show to people. You need to show them what this business can give them and the outcome of what this business can give them at the end of the day. Because like I said, the products they can buy, I'm pretty sure you can buy them from Amazon now. Like that you can buy them from anyone. You can go into some salons and get them now. You want to sell people on obviously the products, but that's the outcome. You know what I mean? Like the outcome is the amazing hair, the confidence, the business, the, I don't know, bringing your husband home from work or your partner or like anything like that. That's what you're selling them on. So that's why it's so important to not just rock up and talk about the split end mender. While that's great and it's going to get you GB, it's not going to get you people who are driven and willing to want something. And a good way to think about how you want to share that is literally take yourself back to when you started and be like, why did I start? Like, what made me want to start? What was the feeling that I had that made me really want to join? I can promise you, yeah, it might have been the hair care, but when you saw people posting and all that sort of thing, did you actually believe that you could make money from this business? That's what you want. The feeling is what you want to give someone else. You want to be like, okay, well, I can give that feeling to someone else. So another thing, when it goes back to like you and what you have, like why you started, it's really important to not look, and it's really easy to do, not look at what everyone else is doing. Don't look at what I'm doing and try and be like me. Don't look at what, you know, Levi is doing and try and be like her, because that's not going to be authentic to you at the end of the day. And like so the people that you're trying to reach, your community that you're going to one day develop is not going to find you if you're not being authentic and true to who you are. This can be a really cathartic process as well, though, because sometimes you get into this business, you're like, I actually don't know who I am. Like, I don't know what I like and what I enjoy and what is even like special about me. I think that. I'm sure that all of you could tell me, oh, well, I follow you because of this. I have no idea a lot of the time. I'm like, why would anyone follow me? Why? Well, there's nothing interesting about me. But the more that you are yourself, the more you're going to attract your people and your community, because at the end of the day, you're going to be doing this with people. Like each and every one of you, I'm like, yep, you guys are my kind of people, because you guys were attracted to something about me that made you want to join my team. There are going to be people exactly the same doing the same to you. So while it's good to be like, okay, I'm going to share the opportunity, right? You could go and share, I don't know, Ivy, who she's a $1 million earner, that sort of thing. She wants to live on a farm. She wants to homeschool her kids, and she wants to like do that sort of thing. That is just not something that I want. So don't go, okay, well, I need to like post every single opportunity because like, you know, that's what people want. Just post what feels authentic to you. Like what do you actually want? You're not talking to people who, like, I know that I'm not talking to mums who want to stay at home with their kids. Like, well, I am a little bit, but not like, you know, free birthing, like scrunchy mums. That's just not me. So I'm not going to put that out there. I'm like, I love to share Jess's stuff because obviously she came off Centrelink, and I love to share Em's stuff because she was a single mum. I was a single mum. That relates to me. That really hits home for me. That's something that I want. So don't go and be like, okay, I'm going to post this person because they're doing well. Only post what feels right for you, because at the end of the day, the people are going to resonate with you and what you like. That's how you're going to attract your type of people, if that makes sense. Okay, I think, oh, one question as well. If this business, and this is something to help you guys think about, you know, what else can I share? What else can I post? What is interesting about me? If this business was to go away tomorrow, this business just didn't exist, what would you be sharing? What would you be talking about? Like if you had to be on social media and you were sharing stuff and this business wasn't a part of that, what else would you be sharing? Like what else would people follow you for? Like you have to think about that. Like I already know a few of you guys and I already know things come up in my head that I'm like, oh, well, I'd follow her for that. I'd follow her for that. So that's something, ask yourself, if this business was to go away, what else like would I share? Because you can't just share the business because it's not you. It's not your identity. It's not who you are. It's not sharing who you are as a person. So try and figure that out. Try and figure out what else would I share? And I have to ask myself that too. I literally am in the process of figuring that out. I have no freaking idea at the moment. I'm like all lost and being like, I don't know what's interesting about myself and this and that. And if it means asking people, like put up a poll and be like, what do you like seeing from me? What do you know, why would you follow me? And if you don't get anything back, just do it again the next week and just keep doing it and just keep showing up and keep being consistent because people will take you seriously at the end of the day. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up, but if you guys have any other burning questions, let me know. Anyone, or you're all good?
I have a question just about the Rejuva beads sale.
Yeah.
Like the Bisbee one.
Oh, yes.
Is that, how do we know, like, because
it's not a thing. So they sent out an email and it was the way that they worded it. Everybody thought that the first 300 people from the minute of that email signing up got 2 Rejuva beads.
yeah,
But what they said is the first 300 people who joined up in March got 2 things. So like it's like surprise, but we're telling you. But yeah, so it was, I don't know, it was really weird. I just don't think it was a good marketing thing on their part.
yeah.
So everyone, all the first 300 VIPs in March got that.
Yes.
I think there was 300 VIPs already. So yeah,
All of them.
not a thing. We can't say like, oh, if you join up now, you'll get 2. It's just like, if you were one of the first 300, expect another Rejuva beads. It's so fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah, I've used that too, Leaf. So you're fine. Don't worry.
yeah, it's just like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, cool. That's it. I promise you guys at the next team meeting, it's going to be a lot more informative and I'm going to have some proper dot points and it's going to be like a little bit more inspiring. But right now I'm just like not all there. But yeah, it's good to like just catch up as well and just like see how everyone's going. And once we all kind of get to know each other a bit more as well, this is like a cool place to come and be like, I had a shit day or I had a great day, or like to celebrate each other and stuff. So yeah. Okay, well, I will talk to you all. Any questions, message me as many times as you want. You're not bothering me. That's what I love doing.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. I don't know what for, but thank you.
You're so close to that car. You are so close.
Almost. Just one of you, just get to MMB. That's all I need. Nah, it's actually a really good phase for me to be in right now. When you guys eventually get to where I am, MMB, you will realize that this is the biggest growth that you're going to have. I have learned so much in this time of like building my business that this area is such a good place for me to grow that I'm like, I'm not ready to be MM yet. Like that's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel ready very soon for that. But I have had to do a lot of growth in my business and within myself in the last couple of months to be able to get to that. So it'll happen all in the right timing. That's what I think. Okay, I love you all. Have a good night and message me if you need to. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.